In today's video, I want to share with you guys 3 tips when you're shooting photos of a car. For instance, I have my Porsche Cayenne here right outside of Dodger Stadium in LA. During the shelter in place, of course, I'm going to be shooting with my D750, but it's shooting at f4.
Officers are on the scene. Proceed with
You guys
caution.
get a bonus tip, and that is always be on the lookout for cops. And if you think cops might kick you out of the location, you better have your shot planned ahead of time so you can set the car, get out, shoot 1 or 2 frames, and leave before you get into any sort of trouble. I didn't notice the cop, so I took my merry time cleaning some of the car, setting up my shot, recording the video intro, and I got kicked out before I could even shoot in that location. That is just a bonus tip, but my first tip is to look out for shadows of yourself and look out for shadows of the car's components. What I mean by that is what you can see in this video right here. So as I walked around the car, changing where I was located in terms of being between the car and the sun and where I had the camera pointed, you can see my shadow was on the car when I was walking in the middle of it. So I could not do a side shot here unless I stepped back and then zoomed into the shot. Or if I wanted to shoot from the front of the car, I could do that because my shadow would be past the nose and not in the image at all. Or if I want to shoot from the back side of the car, I'd have to make sure that I'm far enough away so my shadow doesn't end up in the image. So always look out for your shadows. I've seen countless images where people have shadows of their tripod or shadows of their hand or maybe a friend somewhere in the image. Then you have to spend time in post-production cleaning it up. So save yourself the trouble and look out for shadows when you're checking your image through the viewfinder or once you've taken the shot and reviewing it on the back of your camera. Look inside the car. If you're taking photos even of detail shots like the steering wheel, you can see that here we had some uneven shadows and highlights on the steering wheel, and to compensate for that, all you have to do is take the car and drive it to a location where it's either covered by a tree, so easy shade there, or turn it around depending on where the sun is, depending on what time of day you're shooting at, or you can use a reflector or a hoodie or a sweatshirt, some sort of object to block the sun from hitting that part of your scene, and that way you can take detail shots that all have the same even lighting. So that is one of my favorite things to do. And also when I shoot with a strobe, I love doing detail shots because I can get nice even light and make it look like a studio shot. If you want that video, let me know in a comment down below. The next thing is blocking things by utilizing the vehicle in your image. So you can see after I got kicked out from Dodger Stadium, I went to Elysian Park in Los Angeles, and Adam Bornstein, the almighty car photographer, was actually there with his BMW M4. And you can see that if I shot the Cayenne from down low, you can't see Adam's M4 in the back. You can see his dog, but I can remove that in Photoshop later. And if I were to shoot from a different angle, we have so much stuff going on in the background. So use the car to your advantage and place it in frame where it blocks things that are in the background. That would be a pain in the butt to Photoshop out. Be on the lookout for dumpsters, power lines, people walking around in the background, kids playing, soccer balls, trash, anything like that. You can usually cover it up with the car if you change your framing a little bit. And that moves me on to my next thing, and that is the actual car. So if there are sliding portions of the car, they should be closed. So windows and sunroofs should be closed unless you're doing a special interior shot or you're showing the size of a panoramic sunroof, something like that. So make sure the windows are fully closed. I can't tell you how many times I've seen photos where the windows open like an inch or two and you don't notice until you are done with the shoot and back home. Be on the lookout for that. And the last thing is the wheels and tires should be pointed with the center logo of the wheel, the center cap pointed towards the camera. So you don't want to be showing tire unless you're doing something for like an off-road vehicle or a tire ad. So I hope these tips helped you out. If they did, give this video a thumbs up. Send me a link to your automotive photography, comment it down below. I'll take a look at your Instagram. If you want to check out mine, it's at @acarphotographer. Let me know what you're editing your photos in: Lightroom, Capture One, Photoshop. Happy to help out in any of those softwares, and I'll see you in the next video if you subscribe. Thanks for watching. Peace.